recorded live again right here in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's time for Larry's Rants, Raves, and Reviews. And now here's Larry.
Well, folks, welcome back to this episode. What we're going to do is read a few of the headlines, and then we're just going to sit back and talk a little bit about it. What in the world happened in America this last week? I thought I'd start. Well, yeah, no joke.
Around the world, too.
Yeah, that's very true. And I got to tell you, I kind of thought we'd start out on what I consider a positive note. I'm sure that the liberals will want to spin it to where it's really negative. But one of the headlines reads, Trump administration intercepts $60 million in student loan fraud.
Okay.
It's pretty awesome.
What did he do with it?
Well, let's look at it.
He intercepted it.
He intercepted it. From what this article's reading, it talks about, I guess that it was the fact that he intercepted it to where it wasn't paid out to the people in a fraudulent way.
Oh, bless their heart.
Yeah.
What state was that in?
I guess that's kind of nationwide.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. It says the Trump administration has blocked $60 million in fraudulent student loan applications since launching a new risk assessment tool last month. Now, get this. It says the Department of Education launched a new risk assessment tool on April the 26th to screen federal student aid applicants for fraud. Now, listen to this, okay? Since the tool launched 2 weeks ago, the administration has found about 300,000 fraudulent applications that amounted to $60 million in student loans.
Wow.
Now, folks, did you just hear what I read? Because I had to reread this multiple times, Randy. It says since they've launched this in 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
So are you telling me that 300,000 fraudulent applications amounted to $60 million in student loans? So we, the people, are getting screwed $60 million every 2 weeks? Is that what we're reading?
Sounds like it. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Isn't that what happens to us?
Well,
how are we come remember? Isn't that the norm?
Well, I'm afraid that's what thank God for social media that we can actually find some of this.
Now you can.
Because legacy media won't let us know. It says we're using the best-in-class technology. We've been able to stop a lot of those fraudulent activities that are there. Senior advisor, U.S. Secretary of Education Linda McMahon, I believe is her name. And it said that the department will now be instructing colleges across the country to also screen applications for fraud. Now, I've got to say, this actually started by all they were doing was screening for people's ID.
Mm-hmm.
And because they started screening for ID, they came across all this fraudulent stuff. I don't know, Randy.
Well, that's what they want. They don't want people to have IDs. That way they can vote without IDs, and they can, get grants without IDs, and they can get, all your school paid for without IDs.
Unbelievable.
Drive without IDs.
Yeah.
That's the big thing now.
Yeah.
It's easy to drive without IDs.
Yeah. It says we continue to work with institutions, provide as much flexibility as they identify identities. We're tackling fraud has become a focus of the Trump administration. Well, thank God that somebody has finally, Randy, we've got a lot of frustration in America. I mean, people's temperaments are just off the charts. I mean, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And, it all went back, I'm going to say, to the Pelosi plague, around the scamdemic. I think that's when people really unleashed their temperament and really begin to show how frustrated they are, because I don't I mean, I'll speak for myself. I just don't think the government cares about me. Mm-hmm. The government cares of what they can get out of me, what they can abuse me with, and they don't even like me. Mm. And I'm really just thinking so many people have a temperament issue because of this. But it says that the White House recently launched an anti-fraud task force led by Vice President J.D. Vance. You know, I've just got to say that this is so rampant within our United States, within our government. Mm. How checked out are our politicians that this kind of stuff can happen? And the higher education, I mean, you think about it, are we really considering that this is higher education and they're not smart enough to see all the fraud?
Mm. Yeah.
But then again, who's getting paid? Huh?
They can do it.
They are, right? Yeah. So when you think about this as fraudulent in school loans, who's getting all that money? The school. Mm. So do they really care?
No, as long as they get the money.
As long as they get the money. You are so exactly right. Now, I will say that this anti-fraud task force is being used. The vice president and his task force, the article goes on to say, are investigating Democrat Minnesota, you just alluded to this, Ilhan Omar for alleged immigration fraud. Now, it says, we actually think that Ilhan Omar definitely committed immigration fraud against the United States of America. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
And so the White House, you know, it says we're trying to look for remedies where the remedies are. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you think about that. It says they're trying to figure out what are the legal remedies now that she's committed this immigration fraud. How do they go after her? How do you investigate her? How do you build the case necessary to get some justice for the American people? It says that she's been at the center of a lot of the worst fraudsters in the Somalia community. Man, I have so many questions, Randy. What would they do if you and I did that?
Oh, I don't think we could be in office.
I don't think so either.
But because we don't. There's not a lot of us like us that would vote us in.
Well, maybe if they flew a bunch of people over here, you know, more Randys and Larrys,
right.
maybe we'd get voted in.
That's what I'm saying. If we had more of us,
yeah,
we wouldn't have the problem.
You know,
if people were more like us, there wouldn't be any problems.
Well, I don't think so. But then again,
is that why we have this show?
Well, that's why our wives think we're so perfect. You know, I'll speak on their behalf. You know, would they not remove us from office? You know. How about the old-fashioned handcuffs? Why is she still out walking around? Why is she able to continue?
She's in her district. That's all it is.
That's it.
It's the same type of people.
That's it. And they're not even going after the governor. Mm-mm. You know, Tampon Tim, he's walking free. Mm-hmm. They've got all this proof that he was involved in all this, but yet he walks free.
Yep.
So, and folks, a lot of people say, well, Larry, all you do is want to rant against the Democrats.
Right.
Oh, trust me, folks. I hate the Republicans as much as I hate the Democrats. I hate all the politicians. There's very few. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could count on one hand the people that I actually trust and actually like.
John Kennedy.
No, not John, but you're talking about
John Kennedy in Louisiana.
Oh,
Senator.
Louisiana. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
He's my favorite.
Well, he was at the top of my list.
Arkansas.
I do too. I could move to Louisiana, I guess. I don't know. Well, here's another headline. J.D. Vance announces suspension of $1.3 billion, that's with a B, folks, in Medicaid payments to California. He's now considered the fraud czar, J.D. Vance is. Mm-hmm. So Medicaid fraud in California is running so rampant, it says Vance's anti-fraud task force suspended 70 hospice and home health care businesses in Los Angeles alone.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Now, folks, I don't want to bore you to tears with a bunch of facts, but these are some facts that I doubt you'll find to be very boring. Because here's the deal. We did not find out about this until a guy named Nick Shirley revealed the fraud scheme in California involving these hospice fraud. And where was the legacy media? We always rail against legacy media. Are you telling me that CBS, NBC, even Fox News, how many of them, do we even have reporters anymore that go out and actually investigate things report?
It's that one guy that did it on YouTube.
Yeah. Nick Shirley.
He made a bunch of money.
Nick Shirley. That's who I'm speaking of. He's the young guy, walks around with a dang iPhone.
That's it.
And that's where we have to get our news.
That's it.
Legacy media just will not pay attention. Well,
maybe we need to go out with our iPhones and just start interviewing.
Chasing people down the street. Well, that'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, yeah. So since then, J.D. Vance Task Force has then suspended over 400 more. Now, let me give you some facts here, folks. Now, the president has announced on Wednesday that the Trump administration is withholding $1.3 billion in Medicaid payments to California and threatening to suspend federal funding to all states if they don't aggressively prosecute fraud in their Medicaid programs. Now, personally, I'm sitting here as proud as can be because this is fraud. Mm. This is wrong. Right. And they need to be taken down.
Yeah.
But now you take a liberal. The bleeding heart liberal is going to be out here going, but think about the hurt. Think about the harm that these poor people are going to have.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants to damage a poor person. Nobody wants to withhold Medicaid money. We're not here to harm people, but we're here to stop the fraud. I mean, we talk about $1.3 billion. It just rolls off my lips so easily. And we act like that's absolutely nothing. Mm. I mean, just think about that for a moment. We talk about billions and millions of dollars here and there as if it's just pocket change.
Sure.
But that's money that us taxpayers, the taxpayers of California, the taxpayers of America. And do you don't think for a second that we're not going to help bail all this mess out? I mean, we're sitting in Arkansas doing a podcast and frying chicken and building homes. Mm-hmm. And yet our money is going to go out there and bail this type of stuff out.
And a lot more.
Yeah. It's just not fair,
folks. That's
folks.
The start of it.
So it's all fraudulent. It's just similar to what we talked about, the Medicaid payments in Minnesota that they talked about in February. Again, Nick Shirley, the YouTuber, had to go in there and had to put all of this together. So Vance is now saying we're notifying all 50 states to freeze funding in the Medicaid fraud control units if they don't aggressively prosecute Medicaid fraud. I think it's about time that we do something. But our government seems to be so corrupt. It's so big and it's so corrupt. I mean, I don't know, folks. Is there any hope for us? I don't know. I truly don't know. What kind of kickbacks are our politicians getting? Do you think that Newsom is sitting there and not getting part of those kickbacks? He knew about it all along.
Donna just texted me. She's speaking of Medicare. She had a claim. $300. $300. You know what Medicare paid? A whopping 49 cents.
Well, there you go, folks.
Now, what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
what's wrong with this picture?
We need to
49 cents. I mean, why couldn't it have just been 50 cents?
Start filing the paperwork in California,
cents,
Randy.
$300, 50 cents, or 60 cents. Or just $1.
It's just a percentage.
No, 49 cents. That's what they paid.
Well, that's what you needed,
Needless to
right?
say, she's on the phone with them.
Yeah, I bet so. Well, good luck with that. Tell her that she needs to file her paperwork through California or Minnesota. Everything will be taken care of.
That way her bill will be 49 cents.
Yeah. Now get this. Kind of moving over to Dr. Oz, he said that this fraud in the hospice services and in-home care programs are nationally, they're just widespread. Now, he says, according to this article, a third of these programs in the entire country are in Los Angeles. Now, ask yourself if that's actually possible. They're not that many people dying in Los Angeles. A third of these claims in Los Angeles alone. Then he goes on to say, he said to the administration determined that at least half of the hospices in the entire area around Los Angeles are fraudulent and had shut down 800 of them last year, and they had charged $1.4 billion. Again, just rolls off of our tongue. Gavin Newsom knew about the scale of this fraud for years. So, where's the handcuffs? When's he going to go to prison? I mean, this another report that came out March 29th of 22 said that the California State Auditor, Los Angeles County, the state's most populous county, has experienced a 1,500% increase since 2010. Now, I'm not the brightest bulb in the pack, but you have that kind of increase. Folks, what that really comes out to be is 2,800 providers in the state is more than 6 times the national average. Now, I know California has a lot of population. I know that. But these numbers are staggering. These numbers are staggering. The people of California, you deserve better. I mean, that's my message to California. I used to live in San Jose and loved it. California's a great state. You go and visit.
Right.
You've been there. It's wonderful.
We're going there in July again.
There you go. So why in the world doesn't California demand better? But you take a look at who's in control. The Democrats are from the top down in total control. Redistricting, everything else, everything that's illegal, they do it. Well, jump in whenever you want.
I don't know.
I said I wasn't going to rant. I'm afraid I kind of got on a rant there, didn't I?
I think you did. I think you did.
Well, here's another.
I mean, if you took all the money that is corrupt, and we could revamp the system, and there would be so much left over. But how are you going to do that? We can't get anybody arrested for it. There's just talk, and it's all exposure and all that. There's no action. Yeah. So what do you do? Give it no hope.
I would love for somebody to actually speak some wisdom into my life that would give me some hope.
Yeah.
I mean, look at as we find all of this and proof, and then we had Pam Bondi in office long enough. No. She didn't do a blooming thing.
No, she didn't.
Couldn't do a blooming thing. So anyway, well, here's another headline. House Judiciary Chairman urges DOJ to permanently dismiss all of the Trump cases after bombshell report. Now, Jim Jordan, one of the Republican senators, it says, it's probably time that this all just ended. Well, Jim, really? It's probably time? Why don't you grow you a set and step out and say, it's time?
It's been time.
Good God, it's been time. They chased that man for 10 years. And Randy, here's what I'm going to tell you. I've got to tell you that one of my biggest fears that I live with is what they're going to do to President Trump after he leaves office. Think about it. Think about it. He's no longer going to be in there.
Is that in 2 years or 6 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
I think he's going to run another term.
I don't think he will.
I think so.
I don't think he can.
I think he can.
Why?
Well, it's just that there's just ways to do it. There's ways he can do it. Just change the Constitution.
Wow.
Change it and make it.
You're shocking me.
You need to.
Do you really think so? I don't.
I think there's a way. Mm-hmm.
I think everybody gets those 2 terms and then they get out.
Well,
but
they can change.
Can we really take another term of all of the TDS and the hatred towards Donald Trump?
If he's still alive.
Yeah, well, good luck.
They keep him alive.
Good luck. I think one of the biggest fears is what they're going to do to him afterwards. And I'm not going to go into a deep dive into this report because it is quite deep. But basically, they gave him immunity until he goes out of office. But so many of all of the warfare things that they brought against him under Hussein and Biden, autopin, they brought so many lawsuits against him and accused him of so much that basically they parked them. Everybody thought that they went away, but they didn't. But now the chairman is saying it's time that we permanently dismiss these. He said DOJ is asking the courts to discard all prior prosecutions with prejudice. Now, what that means is they could not be refiled.
Right.
Hussein and Autopin, they all, and the Clintons and all of them, which when I say Autopin, that basically comes into, Hussein running the place, and you got Hillary in there and the different ones. That's who I say is Autopin. I ran across this, and I really, this wasn't even part of the episode today, but I think I really want to go ahead and read it. I'm going to take some time. I'll cut something else out later on if we start to run too long. But this is a letter that I was really impressed with. I think I found this over on X, and I don't even know who wrote it, but I think it's pretty good. It's a letter to President. It says, Mr. President, I don't know if you'll ever read this, probably not, but I'm writing it anyway because my wife and I talk about this all the time and somebody needs to say it out loud. We can't wait for the day you're no longer president. Now, hold on. Not because we're tired of you, the opposite. Because you deserve to go home. You deserve quiet mornings. You deserve to sit on your own porch without the weight of 330 million people sitting on your shoulders. You deserve your family back, and you deserve peace. You didn't have to do any of this. You had the money, you had the name, you had the life that most men only dream about. You could have spent the rest of your days golfing, traveling, watching your grandkids grow up. Instead, you stepped into a fire that nearly cost you everything. They mock you, they sued you, they raided your home, they tried to bankrupt you, they tried to lock you up, they dragged your wife and kids through the mud, they put a bullet through your ear, and you got up with your fist in the air and kept going. For what? For us regular people, truck drivers, welders, waitresses, roughnecks, farmers, single moms working 2 jobs, grandparents on a fixed income watching the country they built get handed away. You don't owe us a thing and gave us everything. You risk your name, your legacy, your safety, your family safety, your brand, your freedom, all of it, so this country could have one more shot at being what it is supposed to be. And the truth, nobody wants to admit. We didn't deserve a president like you. A nation this divided, this ungrateful, this asleep at the wheel, didn't earn a man willing to bleed for it. But God sent you anyway, and I'll thank him for that until the day I die. So when the day finally comes that you walk away from that desk, I hope you sleep good. I hope your wife laughs again without looking over her shoulder. I hope your kids breathe easy. I hope you golf till the sun goes down and nobody bothers you for nothing. You earned every bit of it. Thank you, Mr. President, from a truck driver in Texas who prays for you often. God bless you, God bless your family, and God bless the United States of America.
That's good.
It's pretty strong, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think he wrapped it up all on a bottom line.
Really.
So, well, anyway, hey, here's another headline. Kami Lala is back in the news. Yeah, let's take a look here. It says that she spoke on a podcast called Win with Black Women. Win with Black Women.
She's going to run again.
Yeah, that's what they say she's looking at. Yeah, no joke. Yeah. Well, that she got on there and said, it is time that we have a no bad idea brainstorm. Get all the Democrats together and have what is called a no bad idea brainstorming session. It says we can talk about what we need to do and think about doing around the Electoral College.
Yep, she wants to change that.
Wants to get rid of it.
Get more Supreme Court justices.
Yep, she wants to pack the court, and she wants to invite conversations about bringing Puerto Rico and D.C. into statehood.
Right.
Well, she calls it.
Get more Democratic, Congress people.
There you go. Now, she says these are all really great ideas. Well, basically, this ain't brainstorming. It's just bringing back the same old nasty stuff that she's done.
They're desperate is what they are.
You are so right. You are so right. And the Democrats have been pushing those ideas for years, but she's bringing them back because they're all new ideas. Well, here's one. Here's a headline that we can talk about. New York.
It needed to be Old York instead of a New York.
Yeah,
man, that is... people are fleeing from there.
They really are.
They're running.
And the sad part of it is they're coming to good places like ours and Texas and all. I just don't want them to screw up our states like that one. And really, that is a danger because you think about it. You know, for years I've said that Texas has billboards. You drive through it and you see the billboards. Don't California our Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
They sell a 1,000 square foot home for $3 million out there and want to come back, and then a home in Texas that normally might sell for, $500,000, they'll walk in and offer $750,000 and just snap it off the market.
Right.
And the only thing they're doing is creating a new California within the state of Texas.
Well, they want to change the rules. They say, "Oh, wait. Let us show you how we did it in California. Mm-hmm. We don't like it this way.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you move here?
Yeah.
This is the way we do it.
Right.
We don't want you to bring your ideas over here."
Yep. Well, New York is kind of getting what they voted for, folks. Mandami, he put out a fun video congratulating himself for solving the city's $12 billion, that's with a B, folks, $12 billion budget deficit. He says after months of painstaking work, that deficit is now zero. He proclaimed from the rooftop of City Hall. Now, I haven't seen the video, but it's quite a video, making him look really great. And let's dive into it for just a quick second. It says roughly $8 billion, or 2/3 of the savings, came in the form of a bailout from the state government. including $2.3 million via delayed public pensions contributions, and $500 million was saved by allowing the city to not comply, get this, not comply with a 2022 state law mandating smaller classes sizes in public schools.
Huh.
So, folks, you see, balancing the budget is easy if someone else pays for it. Even for a communist. I mean, you know, and what I'm looking at is, and I've said this from day one, but even before he was elected, he's going to get in there and screw it so totally up that the federal government is going to have to step in with billions of dollars.
Right. Bail it all
and
out.
bail that stupid thing out. Well, Texas, you're back in the news again. There's a demented sex therapist who has a real shot at winning the Democratic nomination for Congress in the newly created 35th District. That's down around San Antonio. She's in a runoff after receiving 30% of the vote in the Democratic primary. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it was just a couple of days ago that the primary runoff opened for early voting to see see who's going to do it. She says that that they've done a deep dive into her, and she says she's complaining about the Jews who own Hollywood and worship Satan. Well, this could be one of the dumbest possible outcomes, but we can take a look at it. But she actually has an opportunity, a chance to win down there in Texas.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I figured that'd be in Austin.
Yeah, you would think so. Austin, boy, it's lost for good. Well, let me quickly kind of do a couple of things here. Here's one. I loved this one. It says in the headlines, watching porn on California's death row. You heard about this one?
Mm-mm.
Well, Gavin Newsom is replacing the old tablets that the prisoners got in 2018. He's buying them all new tablets, Randy.
Oh, cool.
Now, I don't know how old our computers and our tablets that you and I run on, but in 2018, they got all new tablets. Nearly all the prisoners got them before 2023, but he is giving them all new ones. It cost the taxpayers of California $189 million for these new digital tablets. And they're given to all of the people. The problem of it is, this is taxpayers funded, and dozens of death row inmates who told people that prisoners in the state system use such devices as watching pornography and explicit sexual conversations. Now, what California is trying to decide to sell the people on is that they provide these inmates to access things such as the Bible, education, and reentry resources that actually reduce crime.
Well, so they doing that, they're going to reduce crime in the prison?
Yeah. Well, you know, he's done away with closing down so much of the prison, death row stuff, and you can basically get by with whatever you want.
He's not running again, though, is he?
No, they've got some other folks out there that's running, and dear Lord. I'm going to skip over that one. We don't care about that one, but here's one, because I want to get to a couple more here. Here's a headline: Los Angeles pressuring cops to stop pulling over too many non-white people. I don't know.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Los Angeles lawmakers told police to stop pulling drivers over for minor issues because they say it affects too many black and brown people. The city council voted unanimously on May 6th to recommend banning pretextual traffic stops over issues such as broken taillights, and the report says that it's finding that the majority of these stopped were black and Hispanic since 2022. And then it goes on to say that this Democratic council member, Miss Padilla, she says, this is what this generation wants. Well, I bet it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to run around with no license plate, headlights busted out, tail lights busted out, blinkers that don't work. And
you don't have to worry about getting pulled over.
No, because of the color of your skin. I thought that in America, we were trying to do away with race. Why is it that the government wants to keep making race an issue?
Well, it's the opposite. See, it works the opposite way.
Okay, help my brain out.
Well, I don't think there's any hope.
Oh, well, okay. Well,
they want to be, that we don't want to mistreat somebody that is driving with with broken taillights.
So you could go get your...
Not unless you're white. Now, if they do that, then they get to pull them over.
Oh,
See?
yeah.
That's the way it works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it, folks.
Now you got it.
Oh, okay. Boy, I'm going to get picked on, I can tell. Hey, here's what Black Lives Matter of Los Angeles, that chapter, it says... This would mean it is no longer legal for LAPD to pull us over for driving while black under the vague cover of minor infractions and limits their ability to search us. It says, get this, Black Lives Matter continues.
For more of it, Larry.
Pretextual you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Pretextual stops inflicts mental and emotional trauma, extracts wealth through ticket fees and fines, and all too often result in physical harm through uses of force. In other words, let us get by with whatever we want as long as we're the right color of skin.
Absolutely. That's what they want.
Okay.
That's the new norm, Larry.
All right, the new norm.
If we let it go by, if we let it keep going.
I've got one more before we end with a final note. Folks, stick around for that final note.
Yeah,
Randy doesn't even know what it is. It is so weird. You're gonna think I'm lying to you. But let me do this one, and then we're going to get to it, and we'll wrap up. Here's in the headlines: nearly 1 in 12 defendants in Chicago ankle monitor program has gone AWOL.
Okay.
Now, this report came out Thursday, May 14th of 2026 this year. Washington Times ran it. It says nearly 1 in 12 criminal defendants released pre-trial on ankle monitors in Chicago have gone missing, authorities say, with hundreds of those still enrolled. Now, get this. They're facing charges including murder, attempted murder, and sexual assault. Now, we can talk all day about, don't pull me over because I'm black or brown or pink or white or whatever due to my turn signal being burnt out. Mm-hmm. But my God, folks, in Chicago, they've got ankle bracelets on murderers, including attempted murder and sexual assault.
And they think they're not going to go AWOL?
Well, it's proven that they are.
I got it.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Let's try it and see if it works.
Slap them on the wrist.
Put them on there. Yep. And then, it didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Right.
What do we do now?
Now, they're deemed AWOL, meaning that they hold active warrants and are no longer actively wearing their devices. Law enforcement is working to locate the missing individuals. But in the meantime, are the people of Chicago safe? I don't think so.
No. They ain't got no guns.
No. That's true.
Bad guys do.
I hadn't thought of that. In Chicago, you can't have a gun. Well, that's why I don't live there. Now, Cook County Chief Judge Charles Beach II described this disclosure as part of a renewed transparency effort following the killing of an on-duty Chicago police officer and the critical wounding of his partner last month, allegedly by a 7-time felon who had escaped the ankle monitor program. That's the only reason we found out about this, is because this guy took his monitor off, killed a police officer, wounded another one, and now they're saying that the public has the right to know, and so they're going to start issuing these escape reports on a regular basis, basically one a month.
Okay, and that's going to stop it?
No, they're just going to let you know they're still out there.
They're still out there? Okay.
Yeah. Instead of 100, now there's 125.
125.
Yeah.
And, next week it'll be 150.
There you go.
They're not going to change it. They're not going to change anything.
No.
They're just going to issue how many more are loose.
No, yeah. Now let me
that'll solve a lot.
It's making a lot of sense to us now.
That is. This whole show has.
There's a lot of sarcasm in this show. Maybe I should just have named it Sarcasm with Randy and Larry. Okay, now get this. It says, according to this AWOL report, hundreds face serious charges. Get this, folks. 21 people with pending murder cases. 13 facing attempted murder charges, 103 charged with criminal sexual assault, 78 charged with robbery, 16 are pending carjacking cases. And yet the only reason we know about this is because a police officer was murdered by one of these individuals.
And they're long gone. They're not around. No. They're not going to find them. No. They're not in Chicago. No. They're probably there's no telling where they're at.
The question would be, what flaming idiot, liberal, come up with the idea, let's put an ankle bracelet on them and trust them back in society?
Yeah.
Folks, I don't know about you, but my personal belief is, I don't know. There are some people that you can rehabilitate, and there's others. It's kind of like Jeff Foxworthy years ago, was talking about the fact that other people were doing away with the death penalty, and Texas was putting in a fast lane.
Well, it's the same thing as when the illegals were coming flooding across the border, and they said, "Listen, we don't know how to control this many people, so here's your date that you got to come to court. It's in 16 months, okay? And here's a cell phone that we're going to give you so we can keep up with you and call you and remind you in 16 months to be sure and be here at this time." Okay, give me the cell phone. I'm gone.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure they bought them all the highest grade iPhone that there is.
I bet they did.
Yeah,
I bet they did. So.
Is the government paying for your iPhone?
No.
That's not paying for mine.
Look. Does it look like it is? You see the back of that?
Somebody needs
Where's
to.
Where's it at? Look at the back of that.
Well, he's in construction, folks. He's dropped it a few times. Okay, you ready for the last one?
Yeah, let's do it.
I swear to God, you're not going to believe this. You are not going
I'm going to leave the camera on me.
Okay, leave the camera on you.
Okay, let's do it.
Here it is. Now, this came from the New York Post. Okay. Ran this headline.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Man uses his penis. No, leave that camera on you. I want you to see it. Man uses his penis to pull police car down the street to raise awareness for prostate cancer. I want to end on a high note tonight, folks.
Did you see that?
No. You want to get the video? And
where's the video of that one?
We'll go to dinner tomorrow night, and we'll come home and watch this on the big screen.
Yeah,
okay,
really.
Okay, so let's dive just a moment into this. Not that we need to, but it says a man in England, his name is John Stevenson. He's 50 years old. He lives in West Yorkshire. He decided to raise awareness for prostate cancer and school bullying in a way that was completely, utterly, and undeniably testosterone-fueled guy thinking.
Okay.
He's
that sounds a whole lot more sense than all the other stuff that you've read.
bring him to Texas or California and they'll vote for him.
Send him to New York.
Hey, I would have probably voted for him before I would have Mandami or whatever his name is. He says, if you or I want to raise awareness for something, we might tweet out a strongly worded opinion and brace ourselves for the backlash. But when John Stevenson wants to raise awareness, he sets himself on fire, and then he pulls a 2-ton French police car down the street with his penis. Now, folks, you might think that I'm making this up, but I'm not. This is an actual news story.
Is that the picture of it right there?
Yeah, in a major American newspaper. And it says, but then it goes on, it says, why the fire? Now, okay, we're going to end on this. This is a high note. I've pulled a fire. This is Mr. Stevenson saying this. I've pulled a car with my testicles before. Mm-hmm. And I've pulled a car while I was on fire.
Okay.
So I thought, why not combine them both? So he set himself on fire, hooked a rope. I don't know how you hook a rope to your penis. I don't know. I don't even want pictures of it. But a man pulls a police car down the street with his penis while on fire.
And where's that at? In London?
Yeah.
Only in London.
I bet that if I flew him over here,
he'd be on the show.
Well, what I was thinking about was putting him out on Bobby's parking lot. Think about it. Yeah. You come for lunch, you get a free show.
Right.
Hey, I'd put him in the back alley. That way, and I'd block off the alley. Nobody could see unless you come in and buy lunch.
Then you go out the back door.
Then you go out the back door and watch this.
We better get out of here.
Well, folks, it's been fun. We will talk to you next episode, and I hope that you will have a great day.